Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc., and host Federal Affordable Housing Initiative. I'm honored to have Honorable Member of Parliament, Streetsville, Mississauga, Rechie Valdez. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on the show again. It's nice to see and chat with you again since the last time I was here.
Wonderful. Today we remember on the last episode during the election, the Liberal Party of Canada have some program in their platform to improve the affordable housing initiative. So we're going to be asking our honest guests to explain a few things, and anyone who wish to have any question, please feel free to call us live on 647-484-0018. So, Rechie, first question I have for you is that what are the program construction for the next 10 years that they want to improve affordable housing?
Yeah, so as we talked about in the last session that we had, in order for us to have affordable housing, it's extremely important to ensure we're increasing the supply of homes.
Yes.
So in the budget 2022, which we just announced, I'm excited to share that we will be putting us in a path forward by doubling our housing construction over the next decade. And then just a shout out to everybody, Assalamu alaikum to those of you who are joining, as well as Ramadan Mubarak. I just want to say a greeting to those who are celebrating.
Oh, wonderful. What are the incentive for the cities to build more homes?
So in terms of the incentives for the cities to build more homes, we're going to be working with both the provinces and we've put aside the funding to ensure that we will be working with them very closely to provide those different building of homes, whether that's leveraging existing unused properties, whether that's really increasing cooperative development homes or not-for-profits. We're going to be working with everybody to build those homes in the future.
So, you know, the main focus of this affordability is the first-time buyer. So, viewers, we have a call coming in, so we're going to talk to our guest. Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk live on Awaz Entertainment.
Yes. I'd like to ask your guest a question.
Yes, go ahead. John Bowen, he's the ex-president of Real Estate Institute of Canada and sitting board director of REIC Toronto chapter and National REIC. Go ahead, John.
Yes, the reason why I was calling in was about the tax-free first home savings account. I understand it is up to $40,000 at $8,000 per year, but just curious why it is not effective in the current year 2022. So my understanding is it starts next year, which means it would take till 2027 or 2028 to accumulate that $40,000, and that doesn't do much for first-time homebuyers right now currently.
So I'm going to ask Rechie, go ahead.
Sure. So again, I think what you're referring to, John, is our tax-free home savings account. Is that correct? So this is the $40,000.
Correct.
So
yeah.
For the $40,000, what you're clarifying is, so for the budget that we've set aside the funds for, you're clarifying when it basically takes place and when it begins. Is that correct?
Yes.
Please.
So my understanding is that for this budget, we've set aside those funds for 2022, but I will actually get back to you on the effective date to determine the start date so that we can tell our viewers exactly when they can start taking advantage of this.
Yeah, I saw something, and maybe it was misstated, but it outlined 2023 in
Yes.
one of the releases.
Yeah,
that
I will confirm back for you, John. That's a really good question.
The other question I had is in regards to the foreign buyers tax, another clarification. I don't want to get really political about this. It's just, again, reading some of the U.S. representatives are really on about that it could violate the U.S.-Canada-Mexico trade agreement for they're looking at it from the perspective of U.S. buyers buying Canadian cottages or ski chalets or other recreational property. I know there are certain exemptions. You know, I know it's targeted at residential, properties for the foreign buyer's tax, or not being able to purchase for 2 years. But do you know if rural or recreational properties are part of the exemption, or whether they would be included as not being allowed to be purchased by U.S. citizens?
So, John, before I ask our guest, the restriction in Ontario particularly is up to 6 units dwelling. After that, everything else is normal. They fall into the exemption. But I'm going to ask honorable guest to say something.
Yeah, John, like one of the reasons why I came on this show is really to kind of get the feedback that, because we've just recently announced this budget 2022. So the nuances of this particular foreign investment, the ban on foreign investment, we're going to continue to flesh out. But as a takeaway, I will clarify, your question was around the exemptions and whether that applies to, you said rural,
recreational property. It's like a cottage.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Americans buy cottages in Canada, and that sort of surfaced as a recent issue.
Yeah.
Certainly, the real estate brokers want to know whether they can actually do a deal with the U.S. Buying a cottage in Ontario or Canada.
Yeah, that's a great question.
So, yeah, we definitely, John, we're going to get back to you on that. I have your number. I wrote it down, and we'll get back to you on those 2 questions that you asked. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the call.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much.
John.
Okay, bye-bye now.
So, viewers, John Bowen is ex-president of Real Estate Institute of Canada, Toronto chapter, and also national director for REIC and national. So we'll get back to them, and you will check it out, the policy program. Now we're going to continue our conversation about, this is an initiative in terms of tax-free home initiative for a saving account to allow first-time home buyers up to 40,000.
Correct.
You want to add anything more to it in terms of how it's going to work?
Yeah, I think this is just from my perspective. Like entering the market these days is very difficult. I was once a first-time home buyers. The big investment here is really that you'll be able to set aside $40,000, and that's tax-free money going in and then tax-free out. And that will really allow you to maximize your dollars so that it goes directly into the purchase of your first home.
Yeah, and also the most important thing is about doubling up the tax, first-time home buyer tax initiative. So could you tell us what is the threshold now?
Absolutely. So for budget 2022, we are proposing to double the first-time home buyers tax credit. When I was here last, we had indicated that it was $5,000, and now I'm excited to announce that it's $10,000, and that will provide up to $1,500 in direct support to home buyers, and that will apply directly to homes purchased actually on or after January 1st of this year.
Yeah, you see, viewers, there are very good initiatives from the federal and provincial government. As you know, recently, Ontario government has introduced a non-resident speculation tax, which we discussed in the last episode. So now we are getting more money because first-time buyers have to buy, and they need closing costs as well.
Exactly.
And there is initiative to increase the land transfer tax. Now we're getting input tax credit for home-time buyers. We're getting a saving account accessibility for first-time home buyers. That's a great initiative. And also, there is a mention about rent-to-own housing program.
Yes.
Can you enlighten us? What is that all about?
For sure. The reason why I'm particularly excited about this is because as I've been speaking with constituents, it's a huge opportunity for those who are renting to eventually transition into purchasing a home. And so what we're trying to do is really make those arrangements to alleviate the barriers, because as you know, prices are increasing. And so what we're trying to do is we're putting aside $200 million in dedicated support for that affordable housing innovation, and that will help support, as I mentioned, nonprofits, co-ops, developers, to really enable the rent-to-own capability and assist those companies so that if they're developing new properties, they consider rent-to-own units.
Wow, wonderful. That's great. So can you tell us a little bit, there is a very mention about protecting renters and buyers. So Bill of Rights. So tell us what's going on Bill of Rights, home ownership, and what are the initiatives that we expect happening on the federal level?
The big thing that we've been hearing is just that homeowners they get frustrated with the process of purchasing a home. And so creating a home buyer's bill of rights will really make it more transparent for Canadians to understand what goes on when they're purchasing a home. And so what we're trying to do is really work with the province and our territories to develop that home buyer's bill of rights, to bring forward national plan to end the blind bidding, for example. And then we're really going to try to ensure a legal right to a home inspection and ensure, again, transparency in those historical sale prices of a home when you're doing title searches. These are just some examples of how we're going to be able to help buyers with that.
Viewers, I'm sharing with you a little bit of information about the projection by Canadian Real Estate Association, that their members are more than 150,000 members across Canada, and their forecast sale activity. Sale is from 2021 to 2022 is still minus 8.1% across Canada, and also for 2023 it is also minus 2.7% across Canada in terms of transaction in real estate through MLS system across Canada. And price increases, average price increases across Canada will be 14.3% price increase, average price across Canada, and then is going down a little bit by 3.2% average price in 2023. That means the initiative that is being introduced by the federal government will have some impact to slow down the average price increases from 14.3% from 2022 as compared to 2021, and then is going down to 3.2%. So that is what I see is what federal government is initiating, and Ontario government, which will provide this kind of a slowdown, a reduction in future forecasts for an increase in pricing. So definitely it's good there. Now, their focus is housing for Canadians, not for the corporation. Right. So that's under the protection program. Yeah. So this initiative are available to home buyers who are individual owners, not the corporation, correct?
That's right. So we're really enabling our Canadians across the country to help them get into a home. And of course, so we talked about a few things just to recap. We're going to increase the supply of homes. We're making it more affordable. We're helping Canadians transition from renting to owning. So all the different facets and ways, helping you save money, all these different ways will help you become more homeowners across Canada.
Yeah, wonderful. Now, if you remember recently, the Ontario government has implemented non-residence speculation tax from 15% to 20% across Canada. So now and this is from 1 to 6 unit, and then after that, they are able to buy, foreigner can buy high-rise and bigger unit properties. And we have a John Bowen, who was the first caller on our show, needs some clarification. We need to know what are the government programs to help us foreign buyer. So what are the initiatives the government is doing regarding foreign buyers?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, just to recap what I said earlier, is it's really, for years that foreign money has been coming into Canada to buy residential real estate, and it's been fueling our prices to go up, especially in our mega cities like Vancouver and here in Toronto. And so what we're really trying to do is in our budget is we're announcing our intention to propose those restrictions that would prohibit foreign commercial enterprises and people who are not Canadian citizens or permanent residents from acquiring non-recreational residential property in Canada for a 2-year period.
Viewers, you're watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. We were talking about federal affordable housing initiative by the federal government. So we're going to take a short break and we'll come back after the break. If you have any question, please feel free to call 647-484-0018.
सियासत से तिजारत तक,
मैं सबसे पहले घबराना नहीं।
तालीम से मईशत तक,
आपके जेब पे डाका डालना जानते हैं।
सेहत से सनत तक,
तो चोर घर में आ चुका है जनाब स्पीकर।
हुकूमती ऐवानों से चाय खानों तक, कोई नहीं बच पाएगा तकरार से। कौन, कब, कैसे, क्यों जैसे सवाल बनते हैं मौजू प्रोग्राम तकरार में। देखते रहिए तकरार, कनाडा से बराह रास्त समीना जबीन के साथ, मंडे टू फ्राइडे, सिर्फ आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट पर।
So, now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, तंदूर, जलेबियाँ और फ्रेश नान। तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now, and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या Zoc है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. Zoc वालों के लिए।
इस रमजान मुबारक में प्रोग्राम ज़ेरो ज़बर मगर एक नए अंदाज में, एक बहुत ही ग्रैंड और शानदार बच्चों के लिए इस्लामिक क्विज।
सवाल जवाब की तैयारी हो गई। कुरान पाक में कितनी आयत है? 6666। आपका जवाब दुरुस्त है।
इन सब की तैयारी तो हो गई, तो क्या आप भी तैयार हैं ये जानने के लिए कि कौन होता है ज़ेर और कौन होता है ज़बर?
सिर्फ आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट पर।
Awaz Entertainment and PGA International presents the 11th edition of Eid Bazaar.
Celebrate the most joyous occasion and get yourself prepared for Eid at National Banquet Hall in Mississauga on the 30th of April and the 1st of May. Visit with your friends and family. For more information, contact Samina Javeen at 416-786-9809.
Sacred Hand Canada is helping communities more than a decade.
Here is our food bank, one of the most important aspects of our organization. Here is where we provide our clients with the highest quality produce, meat, and dairy products to suit their needs.
Here at Sacred Hand Canada, we provide more than 125 hot meals per day to individuals who cannot afford it. This includes seniors, international students, and people in general who cannot cook for themselves.
Here at Sacred Hand Canada, we provide free clothing and household items to newcomers, refugees, and those in need. This is our way of helping the environment by recycling, reusing, and giving back to the community.
Here at Sacred Hand Canada, we believe every child deserves an education. This is why we started the free tutoring program from kindergarten to grade 8.
So this is the community room. This is a room where we run all of our programs here at Sacred Hand Canada. They can use this room as an escape to escape from whatever they're dealing with.
So here at Sacred Hand Canada, we provide deliveries for our clients. This is an extension of our food bank for our clients who are unable to have transportation to come to our office.
Your generous donation will help us to reach many more to support for the food, shelters, and medical. Please donate generously. Visit our location, 5004 Timberley Boulevard, Unit 2629. You can reach us by calling 905-624-0333. If you have any need or any help, do not hesitate to contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you.
The team of two, just for you. Ahmed and Shala Jafri, the team of two just for you, bringing you the largest Eid festival, April 16th and 17th at Mississauga Convention Center from April 22nd, every day till Chandrat at Maple Banquet Hall, Mississauga from 1 p.m. till midnight.
Fashion show, food, music, variety of stalls. Free admission and parking. Call Shella at 647-273-2393.
Events by teamof2.com.
इस रमजान आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट आपके लिए लेकर आया है शानदार रमजान ट्रांसमिशन। देखिए ज़ेरो ज़बर इफ्तार से पहले और ए ईमान वालों इफ्तार के बाद, अंधेरे से उजाले की तरफ सहरी से पहले, और आए नमाज सीखें सहरी के बाद, तो मनाएं रमजान हमारे साथ सिर्फ और सिर्फ आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट पर। This Ramadan transmission is brought to you by Galito's Chicken.
Realty Coffee Talk. Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My honorable guest is with me, and we're talking about affordable federal housing initiative. So, MP, we just continue our conversation, and what are the foreign buyer restrictions that or crackdown speculation that government of Canada is initiating? Can you tell us?
Sure. As I just want to reiterate the same thing, that by ensuring that we're enabling Canadians to purchase homes as opposed to foreign investors, that will ensure that we're able to encourage more Canadians to purchase and get first dibs on a home. And I think that is a huge opportunity for us to do that, especially in the next 2 years.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. So, so are they going to restrict any foreign buyers anywhere in Canada not to buy the property for next 2 years?
Yeah, so I'm going to get back to you on that. And John asked a really good questions, particularly about U.S. purchasers here who purchase cottages, for example. As we continue to flush out the specifics about the ban on foreign investments, I'll make sure to get back to you on that, Tahir.
Also, I was hearing our speech of our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau talking about flipping taxes on residential property if you don't hold the property for 12 months, right, and crack down on speculation. What is, can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Absolutely. So the reason why this is extremely important is that it ensures profits from flipping of properties are fully taxed, fully and fairly. And so what we're proposing is to introduce new rules so that any person who sells a property, and if they've held that property for less than 12 months, would be subject to a full taxation on their profits as a business income applying to residential properties sold after January 1st, 2023.
Okay, fantastic. So that means those people who are investing, how is going to impact economically, because you're making a housing affordable for a buyer, first-time home buyer, but by putting this restriction on foreign buyers to buy the property or the investors. So viewers, we have a call. Let's take this new call, MP.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk. You're on a live on Awaz Entertainment. Welcome.
Hello, hi, Tahir.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Yasmin Boding.
Yasmin, welcome. Thank you. You have any question? Go ahead. You have any question to our Member of Parliament?
Yes. One is, I'm very happy, with the initiative that they took with the budget. So they put a lot of people like myself at ease. The question that I have for our Member of Parliament is, with the housing, it's good, it's a first step they've actually taken, so people know, like me, and know that they're aware with the housing situation. So I'm hoping that they will continue to do more. Is there anything that they already have in plan, or they're just still at the initial stage?
All right, so MP, this is your, you have any answer to that?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you. I think it's Jasmine calling. I appreciate the feedback, first of all. We've been working on this since we developed the National Housing Strategy. This is a continuation of what we developed since 2015 through to 2019. And so we're continuing to develop this. This is not something that we've just paused and started. We're continuing the momentum that we've had from our budgets from previous years. In 2022, these exciting announcements that we're providing are really just going to help continue to help make housing more affordable for Canadians.
Wonderful. Now, I'm going to ask you, anything happening in terms of multi-generational home, and you mentioned about some other initiatives. So what other initiative? Thank you very much, Jasmine. We continue.
Sorry, I had one more. I'm sorry, I had one more.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. So I'm very happy with the daycare that they worked with the provincial government, because I have 2 young children. So will they be working with the provincial government more on some other things?
That's a great question. So what she's referring to is the fact that I'm excited to announce that we have finally signed on all provinces and all territories on the $10 a day childcare agreement. And so to answer your question, yes, we will continue to do a few things. One is to reduce the childcare that families have to pay for each child. But in addition to that, we're also building more spaces, so that will encourage more jobs and more children to be able to be in childcare spaces. And then, of course, what this means for women or parents who are at, they get to go back into their careers. And really, I feel like that's going to kickstart the economy even more. So thank you for that question.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for the question, Yasmin. We're going to be talking to the Ontario government also to tell us what initiative they had, because right now it's going to be election in June, and they have done some initiative in terms of improving the process for the new housing approval. They are funding lots of money to the provinces through province and also from federal. Thank you for watching, and we please provide any feedback on Awaz Entertainment Live, our site, so you can continue to learn and encourage your feedback. Thank you very much coming on our Realty Coffee Talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Khadafi.
So that was a great question. The people are watching and asking questions. So let's talk about the multi-generational that we talk about. Can you enlighten us what other program the federal government is initiating? And it appears to me that we will be having you back again on the show whenever you're available. You're a busy person. And then we continue to educate our viewers. So what are other initiatives that you mentioned that they will be coming from the federal government?
This one I'm particularly excited about. It's the multi-generational home renovation tax credit. A lot of our our parents may be aging, and this tax credit is $7,500, and that will support constructing a secondary suite in a home, and that's for seniors or adults with a disability starting in 2023. We want to take care of our families. We don't want to send off our families somewhere. By renovating a suite in your home, it's great because then you can keep your family close to you and you can take care of them. This has been a very positive initiative, and I've heard positive feedbacks about it, specifically because we get to take care of our families.
So you are saying is that if someone who qualifies under the program and they create a second dwelling in the basement, they will give a reimbursement as an input tax credit regarding when they file the tax return? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a tax credit of $7,500.
Per house?
Yes.
And it's starting effective
2023.
2023. Mm-hmm. Wow. So we can see, viewers, our federal government is taking initiative. There was another issue, I think, under the Bill of Rights ownership, where they talk about the flipping, they talk about competition, some improvement in real estate, how the market acts, and some blind bidding. Remember they mentioned about the bidding and other stuff. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else coming under the Bill of Rights? Or
yeah, so we're trying to really we're trying to make it as fair as possible, as equitable as possible, and really stop the blind bidding from happening. And that will all be wrapped into the Home Buyers Bill of Rights that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, fantastic. Viewer, you are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. If you are related to real estate industry and you wish to advertise, and we have a special package coming from Ms. Jabeen, you can call 647-484-0018, and you can introduce yourself through our the Realty Coffee Talk and Awaz Entertainment, a special discounted rate for advertisement. I really appreciate our MP for joining us and talk about this program. And she's very kind enough to come second time, not only what was part of the election program in 2019, was it?
Just 20, last year.
Last year,
yes.
20. And now we are here, actually the progress, showing you the progress and what's going on. For your information, MP Rechie Valdez is my MP, Member of Parliament in Mississauga, Streetsville. She's involved with many, many charities and many, many programs for seniors, businesses, and students, and a women council, to creating and engaging everyone to get involved so we can have a better facilities and input you provide, and she will be your voice in House of Parliament. So please reach. So I would like you to leave your phone number and contact information share with our viewers.
Sure.
And this is live program is being broadcast on Awaz Ent 580 live on cable, satellite, and on TV, and also awazent.com, social media, Facebook, and Instagram, and YouTube live. You can watch and ask questions about real estate. I'm a fellow of Real Estate of Canada and broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage, and I can help you. So I'm going to ask you, our Member of Parliament, to please give a final message to our viewers, and with your information.
Again, I just wanted to say Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Tahir, for Awaz Entertainment, for always giving our wonderful viewers a platform to learn more about all the things that we're doing within the federal government. I do appreciate your time and for listening.
So thank you very much for watching Realty Coffee Talk. This is broadcast every Thursday because of Ramadan at 6 p.m. every Thursday. It will go back to 7 p.m. after Ramadan, which probably in May. So thank you very much. We really appreciate your feedback. When you want to watch all the episode, you can go to realtycoffeetalk.com and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. We look forward to see you next episode at 6 p.m. on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. Thank you very much. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.